Let's just get it, you know what I mean? Welcome back to my series, Diaries of a Popstar, episode 3. For this week's episode, I wanted to do something a little bit different, a little bit of a sit down, a little chit chat. I realized that some of you have probably been following me since my New York days, my El Paso days, when I was on The Voice, and now living here in Nashville. So I figured I'd share a little bit of my story. Chapter 1, I came out of the womb singing. Grew up on Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, Celine Dion, Christina Aguilera, Britney, the boy bands, all the 90s music, En Vogue, Aretha Franklin. I truly grew up on the divas and like that soulful music, and that reflects so much in my music and the way I sing, the way I perform, and all of those things. And I always thought that was interesting because I feel like a lot of the time when you look at an artist, it's just a compilation of all the artists that they grew up on. I feel like it's a mix of those like soulful moments, but also the fun, upbeat, groovy, just like chaos in the club. You know what I'm saying? I was born and raised in El Paso, Texas, but I did live 12 years in San Diego and then moved back to El Paso, Texas to do my formative years of middle school and high school. If you know anything about El Paso, Texas, it's a border town with Juarez, Mexico, and todos somos Latinos, somos Mexicanos. So I grew up really listening to a lot of that music and being surrounded by that. And just naturally, my parents are also singers. A fun fact, I definitely grew up listening to their style and taste in music, which is so nostalgic and also very, very good. Alejandro Sainz, Juanes, Rocío Dúrcal, Juan Gabriel. The list goes on and on, honestly. Somehow at 17 years old, my parents allowed me to move to New York City to go to an acting school. One of my original and still a dream of mine is to be on Broadway. I just kind of joke that I made it to the wrong one. I'm loving musical theater and performing on stage, so I do feel like a lot of that influence is within my music. So I went to college for performance, theater, acting, film, TV. The goal was to be an actress. And you know what? A lot of the time, it still comes into play. And not something I've fully put to the side. Like, who knows? Maybe she'll make her acting debut one day. But to me, spending 6 years in New York City, which I still love so much, living in New York City at the ripe age of 17 truly taught me so much how to hustle, how to get things done, how to get connected. And I also started working in studios when I was in New York. So that really taught me a lot about studio etiquette, how to actually record a song, because I think I grew up on stage, which is a completely different art. And being able to be in a studio and write songs and write melodies and like the lyrics and the storytelling and all of the things.